Welcome back to the next and final lesson in an introduction to domains in the DNS. In the last lesson, we learned how to set up domain forwards through Hover. In this lesson, we're going to learn how to set up email. Email is an interesting problem to solve when you're setting up a website because not every hosting provider supports email by default. It is either an extra cost or a completely extra service. So you can use a third-party service like Google Apps to set up your email, which is a common solution. You can use a host like SiteGround, which does include email, but it uses open source software for the email and is not always the cleanest interface. Or you can use something like Hover. Hover offers 3 different packages for email. So if we scroll to the bottom and click Compare Email Options from our domain dashboard, we'll see that there's 3 different solutions for email. We have a mail forward, which is $5 per year per forward. And what that does is allow us to set up a branded email, let's say joe@wp1mo.com, that will forward to an email address, let's say my Gmail account, or my proper WP in 1 month email address, joe@wp1month. This is just a forward, which means that you may not be able to send email from that email address unless you mask it through something like Gmail. The next level up is the small mailbox. That's $20 per year per mailbox, and that gives you a proper email address with an inbox. That gives you the ability to send and receive mail, 10 gigabytes of storage, mail forwarding, IMAP, POP, and webmail, auto response, and built-in anti-spam. And then finally, there's the big mailbox, which gives you everything from the small mailbox and more storage, file storage and sharing, calendar and RSS feeds, and email recovery. What we'll do in this lesson is set up an email forward, and then we'll go to another domain that has the small mailbox set up already. So we're going to click Add to Cart. Here it'll take us to our shopping cart. You'll notice that since we registered the domain on April 26th, and it's beyond that now, the price of the email forward has been prorated for just the rest of the year. We'll click Secure Checkout. We'll fill out this information here, and we'll click Submit Order. Now we can go to Manage My Domain. We have purchased 1 mail forward, so now we can set up that email. I'm going to do joe@wp1mo.com, and I'm going to forward it to joe@wpin1month.com. Now that the forward is set up, we have an active email address. If we click on View Your Emails, we'll be taken to an area where not only can we create more email addresses, but we can upgrade our email option to an email address and more. If we go to the full list of domains for this account, you'll see that in our control panel, there is a separate column for email. And you'll see that wp1mo.com now has 1 of 1 used. And you'll also see that we have another domain called Good House Media that has 1 of 1 used. So if I click that, you'll see that we have an account with the big mailbox. Purchasing and setting this up is a little bit more involved than just setting up a domain forward, and we're not going to cover that here because it's a bit in depth and can be fairly specific to your needs. You may need to work with support at Hover to make sure that your email address is configured the right way, and that could take some amount of time to configure the email address properly and set up the mailbox. But once you do that, you will have the ability to go to mail.yourdomain.com. I will log into my email. And you'll see that here I have a very simple looking email inbox. You'll also notice that I don't have too much email, and that's because I've set up IMAP between this address and my desktop email client, Newton. So that's it for this lesson. In it, we looked at how to set up an email forward using Hover, and we also looked at what the big mailbox interface looks like. Again, we didn't go through the purchasing process for that because it is a bit involved and can take a little bit to set up the email address and then the mailboxes. But it's a great and viable option if you're looking for a simple email solution for your domain. That's also it for this course. In it, we learned how to register your domain. We learned all about what name servers are and the DNS. We learned how to set up a domain forward and, of course, how to set up email. Thanks so much for joining me for this course. I hope you learned a lot. Hey everybody, I hope you enjoyed that lesson. If you did, go ahead and click the like button, or even better, head over to wpinOnemonth.com/hover and check them out. Buy your domain from them. They're offering a nice discount for anybody who has never bought a domain from them who are students of WP in 1 month. The next video should be right below me, unless you're on the last video, which in that case, congratulations, you have completed the domains and DNS course. Thanks.